Incident report, August 2nd, 2003 audition tape. Subject, audition tape for unknown production. Video transcript. Tape is a slightly modified VHS tape. The casing was slightly larger, and the magnetic tape was 1/4 of an inch wider than a standard tape. A custom-built solution had to be created to translate the data onto a standard tape. The magnetic storage technology is exactly the same as VHS, but we couldn't find records of a tape of a similar size produced in the United States. Subject on tape identifies as Ashley Mason. However, no visual records of someone with her name could be found. The lines spoken and scenes described in the audition could not be linked to any stage or screen production. Further, no records could be found for the talent agency she mentions in the recording following the audition. Transcription of tape below. Transcription. Footage begins in a bedroom. The only light seems to be coming from a window to the left of the screen. Ashley: hello, and thank you for your time reviewing my audition for Queens of Old Darulad. I'll be reading from Act 3, Scene 5, when Queen Gwendoline approaches the court. I'll run through her lines and actions, leading to her execution. Footage cuts to an outdoor location. Appears to be a backyard. A tall, extremely dark wooden fence rises above the frame, and the yard itself is entirely comprised of small white rocks. Ashley stumbles into the frame, appearing to have her hands tied behind her back. Her clothes look torn and disheveled, and her head appears to be bleeding. Ashley: members of the High Court, I swear this on the blood of my mothers. This will not stand. I will be free of these bonds by midnight, and by morning your heads will be on pikes. Ashley spits, then seems to scan the area in front of her, her face growing more and more angry looking. Ashley: nonsense. You can't. Ashley is apparently pushed from behind. Ashley: get your hands off of me. I demand to see the High Queen. Ashley acts out being dragged off the screen. Ashley: you will hang for this. You will all hang. Footage cuts to Ashley bent forward over a bench in the same yard, as if she's about to be decapitated. There are tears streaming down her face, and her mouth is dripping spittle. She spits as she speaks. Ashley: please, ladies of the court, please stay this. Give me until morning. Ashley turns her head, keeping it close to the bench as if it's held down or tied by the neck. Ashley: you know my family isn't responsible. You know. Ashley's body goes limp. After a few seconds she pushes herself up and turns off the camera. Footage picks back up in her bedroom. She is still wearing the makeup and clothes from the previous scene. Ashley: next I'll be doing Queen Gwendoline's speech from Act 2, Scene 1. Footage cuts. Footage begins with Ashley changing in her closet. She turns and sees the camera and looks surprised. Ashley: what the? Ben. She reaches over and turns off the camera. Footage resumes with Ashley talking to a man in a kitchen. It appears to be filmed from an adjacent room. Ashley: so why was the camera filming in my closet? Ben: I told you, I don't know. I don't go on your half of the house. Ashley: well, I didn't set the camera up to film myself changing. You understand this audition is important, right? I've been working so hard. Ben: I know. I swear, it wasn't me. I don't even know how that thing works. Ashley: ugh, alright, whatever. Just wait. Ashley looks towards the camera. Ashley: you piece of shit. Is that recording now? Ben: what are you? Ben looks over and notices the camera. Ben: what the? Ash, that wasn't me. Ashley walks over to the camera. Ashley: it's in your study, Ben. I swear to. Ashley turns the camera off. Footage picks up in a hallway recording through a doorway into what appears to be a small study. Ashley appears to be on the phone. Ashley: yeah, I'm at Steph's house. Ashley turns and paces. Ashley: I don't know. It's really out of character for him, but, yeah, who else? I just figured, yeah, while we figure it out. Ashley picks up a book absent-mindedly. Ashley: I don't know. I mean, I'm willing to hear him out, obviously. I'm just a little, yeah. Ashley looks towards the doorway and jumps back, startled. The camera backs away from the door quickly. Ashley: who's there? The camera lowers to the floor and settles as Ashley pokes her head out of the door frame. Ashley: hey, what? Ashley looks down at the camera, looks around, then walks over and picks it up. Ashley, hello. As she turns the camera off, it pans around, revealing the end of the hall. The only exit is the front door, which appears locked in the footage. Footage picks up back in Ashley's kitchen, appearing to be recorded from Ben's study. Ashley is on the phone. Ashley, yeah, I don't know either. Sorry I got all. I know, but, yeah, please come back. I'm kind of freaked out. There is a loud exhale from behind the camera. She sees the camera, screams, and runs out of frame. Footage continues for 5 minutes before cutting. Footage picks up with Ashley asleep in her bed. The camera appears to be floating above her, looking down. It slowly zooms in over the course of 5 minutes. As it does so, her face becomes increasingly distressed until she snaps awake and sits up, screaming in a panic. Moments later, Ben enters the room. Ben, Ash. The camera seems to float down towards the foot of the bed as Ben looks around the room and approaches Ashley. She continues to scream as she worriedly scans the room. Ben, Ash, hey, it's okay. You're safe. The camera settles at the foot of the bed, centering on Ashley and Ben. Ashley begins to settle down. Ashley, oh my God, Ben, I had the worst dream. It was. Ashley suddenly looks up, then around the room quickly. Ashley, it felt so real. And then I was here, sleeping, and the camera was above me. Then it was. Ashley points directly at where the camera appears to be recording from. Ashley, ... it was right there. Dan looks over his shoulder, directly into the camera, but scans the area as if he doesn't see anything. Ben, nothing's there. You're okay. It was just a dream. Ashley pulls Ben into a hug. Ashley, oh my God, Ben. Then you died. You were walking. Ben, it wasn't real. It's okay. Why don't we go make some coffee? Ashley takes another look around the room, scanning past where the camera is recording from several times without appearing to notice it. Ashley, yeah, okay. Ben helps her out of bed. Footage ends as they close the door on their way out. Footage picks up following Ben as he walks around the front of the house. He is carrying the camera and talking on a phone of some kind. Ben, yeah, I'm just gonna throw it away. He turns and walks down the driveway. Ben, I know, but it's more trouble than it's worth. Ashley has the first bit of her audition. She's just going to submit that and hope for the best. He gets to the end of the driveway and turns down the sidewalk. Ben, yeah, we're gonna watch it tonight. Make sure there's nothing on there she doesn't want them to see. Ben approaches a gigantic orange bin. It appears to be some kind of community dumpster. Ben, yeah. He tosses the camera in and turns around. Ben, well, there's that done. Hopefully now we can. There is a loud roar from inside the bin. Ben, oh shit. Ben breaks into a sprint back towards the house. Footage ends. Footage picks up in a living room. There is a strange-looking TV on a table along one of the walls. The TV is deeper than it is long or wide, and the picture is a perfect square. On a shelf below it is what appears to be a VHS player. Ben is sitting on the floor in front of the TV as Ashley puts the tape in. She appears to hit play, then sits next to him on the floor. They are being filmed from maybe 5 feet behind them, with the shot centering directly between them on the TV. Ashley, well, let's see what we got. The TV plays the original Audition. Ben, well, I thought that was great. Ashley, thanks. Next, the scene with Ashley changing is shown. Ashley, blog. I hate that. Ben, yeah. The next scene starts pretty quickly. It's their argument in the kitchen. Ben, that's so screwed up. Ashley, hey, I'm sorry for, I don't know. Ben, it's fine. I would have freaked out too. They've finished the argument scene and the scene from Stephanie's house plays. Ashley, oh my God, that was so scary. Ben, for real. Who was holding the camera? Ashley, who could have been holding it? There was nowhere to go. That hall just ends in the front door, and it was bolted from the inside. It was so freaky. The scene on the TV switches to Ashley in the kitchen talking to Ben on the phone. Ashley covers her ears. Ashley, I hated that sound. Ben, what Sue? The loud exhale is heard. Ben, holy shit. What? Ashley, I guess that should be the last of. The TV switches to above Ashley's bed as she's sleeping. Ashley, what? Ben, when did this? Ashley, this was just like my dream. The TV shows the camera pan down, then Ashley wakes up screaming and Ben comes in. Ben, what the fuck? We looked right at it. Ashley, it wasn't there, right? Ben, no it. What? The scene on the TV switches to Ben taking the camera to the trash. Ben, what the fuck? How? Am holding the camera. Ashley jumps when the roar happens on screen. Ashley, you never told me. The TV shows Ben break into a sprint, then cuts to the living room. It appears to be a live feed from the camera recording them. Ashley, what the? They both turn and look behind them. There appears to be about a 2-second delay in the footage on the screen. They start looking back and forth to the camera and waving their arms. Ben, but it isn't. Ben gets up and walks to where the camera should be. As he gets to where he should be touching it, his body goes limp and hangs loosely from his head, which appears to be held in place by some invisible force. His eyes roll back in his head and start bleeding as a chorus of screams erupt from his mouth. Ashley begins to scream. Footage ends. Footage picks back up on a completely black screen. Some gentle shuffling can be heard over the course of 5 minutes before Ashley's voice can be heard. Ashley, hello. Footage ends. Footage picks up on a city street. Ashley is stumbling down the sidewalk. Her clothes are torn and filthy. She is gasping for air and seems to barely be keeping her balance. Footage follows her for 5 minutes before cutting. There is no other visual footage on the tape. The remaining 4 hours, 23 minutes, and 17 seconds contains unintelligible whispering. Investigation notes, researchers have yet to find anything matching the construction of this tape. Several of the appliances recorded within it are likewise of mysterious make. The city it was filmed in remains unknown. Researchers tried to analyze the skyline from the outdoor scene where Ben was waking to throw the camera away, but have yet to find a match. The storefronts in the final scene were matched to Maine, where the tape was recovered.